So this is how Wikipedia defines a blog. The way I define a blog is word of mouth on steroids, basically. Because like I said before, this is great. Come to these networking events. I encourage you to do that. Unfortunately, you can only be in one place talking to one or two people at a time. The beauty of doing this online, if you do it well, is that you could be talking to hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of people in a very personal voice. And that's the thing about blogs. Blogs get spammed a lot or trashed a lot by other bloggers if they come off not friendly and not personal. A lot of the big corporate blogs have been trashed by other bloggers because they still present their blogs with a very traditional advertising kind of mentality. And a lot of bloggers who see that don't like it. That's why this whole shift, we're talking about the shift is going from the advertisers who are forcing a message onto you to something more interactive where now the consumers have the control. And for the first time in history, the consumers are beginning to call the shots. And it's very exciting. So the question is, how do you interact with a consumer? And you have to do it in a kind of a no BS way. So that's the beauty of a blog. You get to talk to a worldwide audience. Well, maybe you say, my business is local, I don't need to do that. Well, in a couple of minutes, I'm going to tell you why a blog is still important, even if you're just a smaller business. But the beauty of a blog is not only can you share your message with the world, but they can respond to you. Every blog, if it's set up right, has a mechanism where you can add comments, where your fans, your consumers, even your detractors can respond to whatever you're putting on your blog. And so all of a sudden, instead of a one-way conversation, you're having a two-way conversation. And believe it or not, you can actually learn something from some of the people that are giving you feedback. Bill Gates, at first wasn't so sure about blogs, and one of his employees, Robert Scoble, who's now become one of the leaders in blogs, began blogging from Microsoft as an employee. And at first Bill Gates wasn't so sure, and then his response was, well, gee, you know, maybe if we actually listen to some of these people, we might actually learn something. And I think that's the attitude. As a business owner, you have to take, even if some of the comments that you get back are not necessarily favorable. And that's why it is important not to block those comments and to listen to what they have to say. But you do have the choice. You will have the ultimate control about whether you leave those comments up or not. The other thing about having a blog is that on the internet, the whole idea is to get ranking on the search engines, to be seen on Google. And one of the beauties of a blog, if you post on an ongoing basis, is that will activate the search engines on Google to make your information come up higher on a Google search. So the more content you put up there, and the whole idea of a blog is to continue putting up content and do it on a regular basis, the higher you're going to rank on search engines. And that's really kind of what it comes down to. You've all heard about search engine optimization. This is one of the best ways you can increase your search engine optimization.